Surprised Rodgers and the Packers came to an agreement.
No, I'm not, Joy. And you know I'm not. I said this yesterday on the show. Rick, you heard it as well. I said he will be in camp. And look where he is.
I heard
in
things.
Camp. He strolled up
yesterday.
He strolled up. You know, it wasn't a last dance handshake type of deal. He strolled up casual, calm, cool, collected. You know why? Because there is not a worthy adversary waiting in the building in which he enters. Maybe y'all didn't hear me say that, so I'll say it again. He strolled up cool, calm, collected, because there is not a legit adversary awaiting him behind those doors. So this is one of those things, Joy, Rick, where Aaron Rodgers got his way, and Aaron Rodgers playing the game the way he's playing the game. I call it being on your axis. When I play my chess, I say I'm on my axis. I'm balanced. Aaron Rodgers is on his axis. He's balanced. And let me tell you something. He just got his one-year deal, his way, and he will continue to get his way. That's how this all is going to end.
I agree he's going to continue to get his way. By the way, let's talk about chess, LaVar. We might have to play.
Let's go.
You know, I was a chess champion growing up. I used to go to chess classes.
I would enjoy the match.
I'm a little rusty, so I'm sure you'll beat me. But
No worries.
I agree he's playing chess, and he won this game as far as being in Green Bay, getting what he wanted, and what we talked about yesterday. What I really feel like this is all about is control. Aaron Rodgers has made a lot of money in his career. He has all the respect he could ever need. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer, league MVP, Super Bowl champion. So he has all of that. What he really wants is control over his career. I think what happened in Tampa Bay with Tom Brady has sent a ripple effect throughout the league, and it will continue to affect star quarterbacks moving forward. Tom Brady got control. He got to have say over some of the personnel decisions. He is a part of that organization. They treated him with respect. They gave him whatever he needed. And Russell Wilson obviously saw that, had his own situation this offseason, and Aaron Rodgers the same. When you reach a certain level in life, you want the respect that your peers are getting. Aaron Rodgers felt like he wasn't getting that for whatever reason. I still think that there's beef within the organization with him in the front office. But for this year, this is the best situation for everybody. Green Bay needed Aaron Rodgers back. Jordan Love is clearly not ready, or they would never have conceded. They want to run it back one more year. I do think this is the last dance for Aaron Rodgers, as far as this is going to be his last year in Green Bay. This has always felt like a divorce is imminent, right? But the kid he's got one more year of high school. Let's keep it together. Let's make sure he remembers his childhood fondly. And when he gets off to college, we out of here. That's what it's always felt like. They came to an agreement that makes sense for all parties. We will ride off into the sunset together. I don't necessarily know this will work out as far as the season goes with all the noise. But for now, you've got Aaron Rodgers in camp, and it's the best situation for everyone.
No, I'm not surprised. No, I'm not surprised that they came to an agreement, because both sides can claim victory. Although, Joy, you are making me nervous by bringing up the whole he's out of here a year from now. Not because I don't believe it. I do. But because LaVar has suddenly got that, you don't understand the chess moves that he's making. He actually wants to stay there for another 10 years. That's why he had another year taken off of his contract. I thought about it all night. I didn't get any sleep. You guys saw the movie A Beautiful Mind with Russell Crowe, right? He's the tortured mathematician, and he's in his garage with the yarn and trying to make sense of it. That was me with your argument yesterday, LaVar, trying to figure out what the hell you were saying about what Aaron Rodgers accomplished. The fact of the matter is the Packers did him a favor, because as I look at it, he gets to claim victory, but it's very murky in terms of how is he actually going to get out of this. Everybody is saying, Adam Schefter is reporting, that he has the wherewithal to go where he wants to next year, except that he's still under contract. So I believe that the Packers gave Aaron an avenue by agreeing to take the last year off of his deal and not pushing back on this idea that he's going to have the say in terms of where he goes next year, that they gave him a chance to return and gave him a face-saving chance to return. But ultimately, I don't see how much Aaron Rodgers has won in this deal.
Oh, my gosh.
Concretely.
I'll help
He gets
you.
to come back. He gets to play on a team that can still vie for a Super Bowl.
I'm going to help you.
He gets to I look at it and say he didn't have any better options and realized it. And the Packers, because it behooves them to have him back and not have any controversy through training camp or have him sit out this year, they gave him the avenue to come back and say, okay, let's do it 1 more year, 2 more years. We'll see at the end of the season how long he actually stays in Green Bay.
Let me put you up on a little bit of game, Rick, since you were trying to figure it out like a beautiful mind, all right? This right here,
please.
This right here
Fix
is called,
my yarn.
This is loading the deck. This is sliding that ace up the sleeve. He is testing what he's doing. This is a pugilistic fight taking place with Aaron Rodgers. He's testing out that
How
jab.
many game analogies are you going to give me?
He's testing.
Either give me
he's
chess,
testing
give me
that
cars, or
jab.
give me boxing.
Ric Bucher. Listen what I'm trying to tell you right now. By him getting a contract that allows for him to not only dictate if he's traded or not, but where he would like to go in doing the trade, all he is doing is testing his power and his maneuverability. If he has a great year, you know what's going to happen? Bukes, they can't get rid of him. Who is going to be the one that pulls the trigger on getting rid of Aaron Rodgers after this season if he has another year even comparable to the one he just had? Hold on. Second point.
You just said that he has.
Second
you just
point.
said he has the wherewithal to go where he wants to.
Second point.
Does he or does he not have the wherewithal to go where he wants to next year? This is why the deck is stacked, Rick. This is why the deck is stacked. If he doesn't have a good year and it's justifiable to get rid of him, and you can actually do it void of any type of pressure or backlash from the shareholders, the stockholders, the fans, the players, of which he, to me, owns the loyalties to, then now he has the ability to pick and choose what the best situation is. And if not, he still has maneuverability to have the conversation with Green Bay. He puts himself in a win-win situation, whether he plays well or whether he doesn't play well. That's what this is all about, Joy.
He's not going to suck. It's Aaron Rodgers.
I agree, Joy. He's not.
Even if he doesn't have an MVP season, he's
But now there's no pressure,
awesome.
Joy. But now there's no pressure.
No, I agree. So let's just remove the injury conversation, all right? Because obviously no one can control that and no one's anticipating that. If he's out there and he's playing, we know Aaron Rodgers is going to be at the best great, if not an MVP level like he was last year. So as far as the loyalties go with the fan base, I don't know that the entire fan base is completely loyal to Aaron Rodgers at this point.
No, it's not.
I do think there's some split. That there are, Packers faithful who are going to side with the organization over the player. Once Aaron Rodgers gets out there and is awesome again, there'll be less of them. But at the end of this season, at least now the table is set for if Aaron Rodgers leaves, fans have already been loosened up to the idea of him not being there this year. So the Packers won't look horrible if Aaron Rodgers asks to leave. Aaron Rodgers won't look terrible because they've already realized that this is probably an inevitable outcome. So I don't think everybody has to win. Like, there can be a compromise in this situation, and I think that's what they reached. And I'm not surprised they did, because they didn't want to go into training camp having this lingering over the team. There's enough that you have to go through with rookies trying to put together your game plan for the seasons to be constantly talking about Aaron Rodgers not being there and what's going on with him. And that's what would happen. So they needed to have him there. Aaron Rodgers needed to be there if he was going to play this season, which I always felt like he was going to because there's too much money to leave on the table. But now, at the end of it, I mean, they essentially just negotiated a prenup halfway through their marriage. Like, they figured it out. Now we don't have to argue at the end of the season. Now it doesn't have to be ugly. Everyone's aware that this is probably his last season with the Packers. And to LaVar's point, if he does play great and they do sort things out in the front office, he can very easily stay, and that will work too.
Indeed.
If Jordan Love doesn't work out this season, they can still move forward. So it's the best case scenario again for everyone.
Come on, head shaker. What you got?
No, I'm not saying it's not the best case scenario. It is, in terms of they both get to come back and say, hey, I got what I wanted. Aaron can give us the impression that he got what he wanted. But can I have that full screen back about the concessions that we just had up with Joy? That number, look at that second item there. Rodgers' situation will be reviewed at the end of the season. What the hell does that mean?
That means Aaron Rodgers is
he
in
gets
control.
The option.
I'm trying to help
Joy,
you out
no,
here,
it
Rick.
doesn't.
I don't know what that means as far as contract
There was a
language
verb.
goes. I don't know.
It
I don't know
means
how you put
Aaron
that in a
Rodgers
Exactly.
is in control.
But I think what it means is they obviously weren't having good conversations at the end of the season, through the off season, and so whatever they put in this wording means that we're all going to
Correct.
have to come to the table at the end of the season, whether we win a Super Bowl
Correct.
or whether we miss the playoffs. We're going to come together and we're going to have a real conversation about what's going to happen moving forward, regardless of everyone's little feelings. And I think that that's
Their little
great.
feelings.
I think that's a win for Aaron Rodgers because clearly the communication is not good. And I also feel like the Davante Adams situation this last week put a lot of pressure on Green Bay. That there is some significant support for Aaron Rodgers in the building with our other stars, and we better sort this thing out if we're going to have a chance this year.
Aaron Rodgers
Okay, so the
is
second,
the one
but the
with
second
big feelings,
Davante
Rick.
Adams signs, that leverage goes away.
But he hasn't
Right?
yet.
There is
I mean,
no
if this is Green Bay's play in order to get Davante Adams signed up.
No. Aaron Rodgers has already solidified having the leverage. The year-end review, I get to choose if I go out in free agency. He has all of the leverage, Rick.
Says who?
Says anybody who looks at the way this contract reads. That is what he's done. And now he has placed Green Bay.
You or I have seen that contract.
He has placed Green Bay in a very, very compromising position. And the reason being is when you take a quarterback as high as you've taken Jordan Love, Joy, you'll be up on this one. Maybe not Rick so much because he's into basketball. But don't you have to play your quarterback by now if you spent a draft pick to move up and play him?
They are interestingly losing the time that they don't have to pay Jordan Love to develop him. Yes, it is not an ideal situation when that seems to be the blueprint in the NFL now. If you take a quarterback high, you get him out there early,
Yes.
you get to sign the other free agents and spend the money elsewhere.
And then you set up to pay your franchise quarterback by the time they get to the third year, fourth year, end of their contract.
Yes.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers has totally disrupted what Green Bay is trying to do with Jordan Love, and he knows it, and they can't stop it. That's leverage.
Okay, so disrupting what Green Bay planned to do with Jordan Love doesn't change the fact that Aaron Rodgers is no more free to go wherever he wants next year based on what we know than he was before. He's just got one less year. And Joy, you used the operative word. LaVar, you need to listen to Joy because
I listen.
she used a very important
She got on
word.
Green Bay Yellow today. I'm listening to what she got to say. Go ahead.
She said at the end of the season, Aaron Rodgers can ask to be traded.
Correct.
He can't just voluntarily, unilaterally say, I'm out, see ya. He can ask to be traded.
Well,
so
the last year in his current
again,
deal is voided with no tags allowed in his future. So they would have to renegotiate a new contract in order for him to stay.
Not only that.
So he would actually be, while he would still be under contract, it would not work. Like, this is essentially saying at the end of this year, we're going to come to the table, all of us together, and figure out what the move is going forward.
It's essentially saying...
Because he's not going to continue to play with no guaranteed money.
It's essentially saying...
Fair.
It's not right for you to put us in a position where we have to put language in the media that says you are clearly bullying us right now. That is not acceptable, Ric Bucher. It's not.
That did not look like a
and
bully
that's why
walking
he
into
has
training
to
camp
ask.
with the
It is the
flip-flops
appearance.
and the
Let's make sure we appear to
look.
stay face on both sides. Rick.
Yes, I agree with that, LaVar. I think everyone, Aaron Rodgers too, who was kind of souring the fan base a little bit, I think everyone in this situation saved face. Aaron Rodgers is at camp. He's going to play this season. He has now a new agreement, so he feels comfortable. Davante Adams has come back to the table. And Green Bay looks like, hey, look, we got Aaron Rodgers back. We're ready to go for the season. Jordan Love, we're going to keep developing him. And we'll worry about this after the season. We're all on the same page.
Hey.